Can you guys see my screen? Can someone just confirm that?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, okay, let's get started then. So, my name is Hari, and this is a part one session. So, we have two speakers today, and then this is a part one session. I'll be covering a little bit basics of network security, and then um, we'll give you guys some idea on what are the next steps that you guys can do. Let's get started. So, what is network security, right? So, starting with that, we have these three main things: computer networks, devices, and data. Now, we have to somehow protect these three things from unauthorized access, attacks, and misuse. Now, the practice of implementing some of these measures using some hardware and software policies is called as network security. Right. Now, why is network security so important? So, think of this situation wherein if I have access to your college network, I go into your, marking system, and then if I'm able to change some of your grades, I mean, it might be good for some of you, but bad for some others, right? So, or even if there is an online exam happening, and then I do a denial of service attack, and then the whole system goes down, right? So, again, good for some folks, but not really good for everyone else. So, how do we prevent all of these things? Now, that is where network security is crucial. Now, network security is crucial when we have to protect the sensitive data from unauthorized access and breaches. We also have to prevent network attacks such as malware infections. We all know that, right? We have all got some kind of malware infections in our laptop or phones, and prevent stuff like that happening, even DDoS. I think you guys know about what a DDoS attack is, at least from whatever you have learned in your CCNA sessions from now onwards. It's nothing but a distributed denial of service attack, wherein a server gets a lot of requests and it is not able to perform or provide the service that it has to, like what I just explained, right? If a marking, your college server gets a lot of these requests, it won't be able to handle that and it just shuts down, right? Now, network security products and network security concepts help avoid or mitigate some of these attacks. Now, some of the other reasons would be to have business continuity, like from, say, a business like Cisco. We want all our engineers to be able to access all the internal resources. It could be documentation, application, all of that, right? Now, any company would want that. Now, network security devices make sure that this happens, that we are keeping adversaries on the boundary, and then we have everybody has access to all their systems. Network security is also important because we have to comply to the industry regulations. Now, this could be something like the Indian government setting up regulations that we have to comply to that. Each and every, it could be universities, it could be businesses, right? One of the other major factor, at least at Cisco, is we have to maintain our customers' trust, because everybody would know data is the new oil, right? Now, keeping that data secure, safe and secure is priority number one. So how do we do that? This is under our network security concepts. Going to the concept of where is network security implemented, right? Now, network security is implemented at various levels. First, let's talk about perimeter security. Now, perimeter security would have things like firewalls and intrusion detection systems. So, firewalls, they are at the perimeter level and they will monitor all incoming and outgoing network traffic. Now, this is every packet that you click on, right? If like you are on your college network and then you're browsing anything, it could be YouTube, it could be a wiki page. Now, this all goes through a firewall, and then that is what is keeping at bay. Like, say, like some of you clicked a link on a wiki page, right, that says, okay, click here and then download the software. Now, with a proper firewall implementation, we can actually catch the bad guys, right, without them actually affecting your computer or your network. Now, with a proper perimeter implementation of network security, what happens is whatever is clicked, or any malicious actor trying to get into the network, they are actually stopped at the perimeter level itself, right? So every packet, whatever happens inside the network, it flows through the firewalls and intrusion detection systems. Just to stress on that one more time, so just remember these points, right? We have firewalls and intrusion detection systems. This is a quick activity for you guys on chat. If you can just maybe give it on the comment, what is our Cisco firewall called? If you know a Cisco firewall, maybe you can post that in the chat, and yeah, that should be good. We also have the network infrastructure. I know you have had a lot of the other sessions talking about IP packets and all that, right? So you surely would know about routers and switches. Now, routers and switches also have this security layer wherein they can, have access controls to protect who is accessing what. So that's also one layer of security that we have on top of these. Now, coming to endpoints. Now, endpoints are as it says, these are endpoints. Now, this is the one device that the users would use to use the resources in their network, right? Now, this could be mobile phones, this could be your laptops, this would be your computers in your university. Now, endpoint protection would have things like antivirus software, right? Now, Cisco has Cisco AMP, or we call it secure endpoint now, that protects our systems, right? We have all heard about antivirus softwares, right? Like whenever you get a laptop, you always want an antivirus install. This could be like your Microsoft Defender of sorts. So that also plays part into the whole network security concept. So coming to the different levels, so we learned about perimeter. These are firewalls, intrusion detection systems. Then we learned about the network infrastructure. These could be routers, switching, doing access controls. And then we came into the part of endpoints, right? Endpoints could be endpoint protection systems. What would they do? They would do malware detection, even isolation of the affected host. These are the endpoint security systems. Then we go into wireless and data centers, right? So most of you would be connecting to your college network through a Wi-Fi. So, security on a wired networks and wireless networks, it's a bit complicated, right? Because wireless networks needs a lot more of these layers, because somebody maybe you guys have learned about man in the middle kind of attacks. So that is again like we are opening up data to a lot of these new vectors when it's wireless. So that's another level of security where we need like strong encryption, passwords, and access controls to protect these wireless systems. I see someone raise the hand. Do you have a question?
No, we can continue.
Okay. So that was just a brush up of what network security is, why do we need network security, and then where is network security implemented. But the main aim of this session, at least what we thought, was who is responsible for network security, right? Now, when I ask this question, the answer I expect is you guys, right? So the actual answer would be somebody in IT, or somebody working on cybersecurity. But the answer that you would want in your mind would be it's you guys, right? You've learned about a lot of these CCNA topics, routing, switching, IP packets, network security, and I just gave you an overview of what network security is. But what is the next steps from here? You've just started your journey on learning about what network security is. And us coming from Cisco, we wanted to give you an overview of what it is like to work in network security, and what are these some skills and things that you guys can take up so that you can have a career that is in cybersecurity. So when I introduce myself as I'm Hari, I'm a software engineer at Cisco. Now you'll be like thinking, okay, he's a software engineer at Cisco, and how is he doing security, right? So all those folks who are joining in, thinking about, okay, what can we do from a software standpoint? What can we, so do I have to be an ethical hacker to work in cybersecurity? Should I be in IT to work in cybersecurity? The answer is yes, yes, and yes, right? So it does not matter what you are. So it could be you have amazing software skills, coding skills, you are a great developer. It could be that you are really good at communicating, right? Or it could be something like you are really good at setting up or troubleshooting. Now, all of these different skills would play into one or the other roles, cybersecurity roles. Now, I'm not just talking about Cisco, but Cisco being the world's biggest cybersecurity company, uh, we have seen a lot of these roles play out here at Cisco. Now, talking about, maybe keep notes, guys. Some of these are the major top skills that we've seen here, right? Now, the first one, networking fundamentals. I think you guys are good on that. You guys have gotten training from NetworkAd and from your campuses across these items on networking fundamentals. Now, this would involve understanding the basics of network protocols, IP addressing, and network architecture. Now, I'm talking basics, guys. These are things that you might really, really want, and then we can start off from here, right? So, learning about network fundamentals, you guys are good on that. Now, the next step would be your operating system knowledge, right? Now, when I say operating system knowledge, don't say, okay, should I need kernel level understanding about how an operating system works? But basically, yeah, you don't need all that. You need to understand at least how these different operating systems work, and then maybe even at least how you can work with the command line operations on some of these, right? Like Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. The next tree would be a security fundamentals. Now, this is what maybe I scratched the surface, right? What is security kind of an information, but you have to really start hearing in lines of security. Look around, right? How is security being implemented maybe in your university, right? When you connect to a Wi-Fi network, if it is asking a prompt, if you are starting to learn to understand, okay, how does this particular security implementation work? Now, then you are asking the right kind of questions. So if you are somebody looking for, to form a career in cybersecurity, this is one activity that you guys can take up to understand how these different security implementation work around you, right? How does it work on your, like when you connect to your Wi-Fi in your house, how does that work? Can you implement some kind of security there, right? Learning at what are the different levels, like I gave you a brief on what are the levels or the perimeter security items, right? So you try to understand how you can learn how these different systems work. So then moving to the threat landscape awareness. This is one point I felt, I was able to do a lot. Basically, listening to news and even talking, maybe reading Cisco blogs or other resources where you can understand, okay, what are these different attacks that are happening. So a quick activity here, if you can maybe comment on the Q&A section, what was the recent cyber attack that you guys learned about, and maybe a one liner on what that is, right? Maybe if somebody can post that in the chat, that would be great. So another activity that you would want is to listen to what is the threat landscape or what is happening now, right? It does not have to be network security, but understand what is happening on the basis of security. What are some new attacks that are happening, or it could even be what are some new products that the community is releasing to defend against these attacks, right? So that's another skill, I would say. I wouldn't call it a skill, but that's one thing that you would really, really need if you're planning to have a career in security. Next thing would be security tools. Now, I know this is a little bit advanced, but I will guide you through a way that how you can get used to this. But understanding how some of these tools like firewalls, antivirus software, or intrusion detection systems, or vulnerability scanners, how these things work. What are some examples? Now, at the start of this session, I did tell you about, if you can comment about what what is the name of a Cisco firewall, right? Or if you can comment like what is an antivirus software that you guys know about. Now, knowing about these things and working with them. So, this summarizing 4 of these items, right? Networking fundamentals, operating system knowledge, and security fundamentals. So, just to get you guys started, if you guys are looking out, okay, what can I do in learning about cybersecurity or get started with network security, these are some of the items that you should get started on. Moving to where do you guys learn about this stuff, right? I think the obvious answer is starting with one would be NetAcad. We have a lot of courses that talk about security, cybersecurity, and all that, right? So that's your first learning path. Learn about the different products that we have discussed today, including network security products, and the different perimeter security ones. That's so the first answer would be NetAcad. That's your basic start. Reach out to Cisco network NetAcad folks to understand what more you can take up in cybersecurity. Second would be developer.cisco.com. So this is part of the Cisco DevNet program where you can actually work with all of the Cisco devices. Now this would be a Cisco firewall, Cisco router, Cisco switches. You can actually go and reserve a Cisco firewall and actually play with it, right? Now this is one area I would actually recommend all of you guys to try out. Head over to this portal. You can actually learn about Cisco products, how these work, and then actually work with some of these Cisco products firsthand. One other area I would really like to stress on is about CTFs. So if you have heard about CTFs, maybe raise a hand so that I don't know you guys already know about this. But CTFs are an amazing way for you guys to get started on security. So to give the guys who don't have an idea about what a CTF is basically capture the flag. Now this is a gamified way of understanding concepts, right? So CTF is capture the flag. Basically, it's the idea is you have to go and find a flag, right? It's like a digital version of treasure hunting, I would say. But let me give you an example. Now think of a website, right? Now it has a vulnerability. Now somewhere inside the code, like if you right click and select inspect element in any browser, it would show up the code, right? And then somewhere there, like near the vulnerability, we would have placed something like Cisco 123. Now that Cisco 123 is called as a flag, right? Now only if you know where to look or how to find this particular vulnerability, this particular flag would be placed there. Now it's like treasure hunting where you go looking, we'll be giving you hints, right? There will be hints like, okay, this is how you find it. And then using those hints, you actually try to find the vulnerability. And then by finding the vulnerability, you get a flag. Now you submit it, right? Now CTFs are a great way of getting your hands dirty and learning cybersecurity concepts, right? Now, not just network security, there are a whole lot of cybersecurity concepts that you can learn. Now, some of the pros in cybersecurity, they are, participants in a lot of these CTF competitions. And then this website I've mentioned here, ctftime.org, has a list of these global events that are all organized that students or anybody can come and play these CTFs and get their get hands-on experience with a lot of this stuff on how to understand or like how do you find vulnerabilities, how to work with cybersecurity, and then you find and meet a lot of people who are on the same ground so as you are. The other 3 ones, so Hack the Box and HackerOne. So Hack the Box is again a similar kind of a CTF platform where you can go and play. So they have their own tutorials and then sessions where you can explore how to like exploit some of this stuff and all that. HackerOne is actually a enterprise platform where if you find a vulnerability, like you find a problem with an Apple product or a Microsoft product, you can actually report it there and claim a bounty. So that's another website that maybe you guys can check out for your journey with cybersecurity. One of the other points I wanted to discuss was contributing to some of the open source projects that an example is not. So this is a Cisco open source intrusion detection system, right? You guys can actually contribute to this. And then, so if we have some software folks out there who want to really, show their skills in software, and then they want to put that out there, this is one way that you can actually contribute. Next up, these are, take note guys, so these are some of the certifications that can actually get, help you grow your career in cybersecurity. I think CCNA, you guys would already know what CCNA is and all that. Cisco also has, we have CyberOps associate and professional, and then we have CCNP and CCIE. So these are all Cisco certifications that gives you a very, very good, industry recognized certification on if you want to work on security. We also have like OSCP, GAX, and IC2 certifications, right? Now these are industry recognized one. Take note, these are like level ups. You start CCNA and then you keep and like go up. It can be like after you're part of an org, but this is like just giving you an overview of what these different certifications can like do for you. So just closing out my part on this session about what were some of the network security basics and then how you can contribute. So maybe keep this in mind, guys. I know you guys have learned from your teachers on these different network security concepts, and we all know that we can't cover entire network security in 1 hour, right? So I'm just here to give you guys a hint on like what you can do, what you can take up on this journey, what what you guys can basically do. Now, next up, we have Manikantan. He'll talk about what does the future look like for network security, right? What are these different buzzwords and what he has worked on using AI and ML in security. So, Mani, if you're there, just handing it over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Hari. I think it was a very good session where you get a landscape of what you can do with the network security. I was really involved in the session. Let me share my screen. All right, hope you're able to see my screen. All right, are you able to see my screen? Hello?
Yeah, good to go. We can see.
All right, so a quick recap on whatever we spoke on why is security important. So I just want to bring in a few points and then jump into the actual meat of the problem. So quickly, if I have to recap, it is like security is the most important aspect in software engineering, right? Like we can't compromise on security at all. I mean, it's as good as you lock a door and make sure everything is safe at home. It's a similar notion we carry even in software security, be it on-prem or cloud or even your laptop, wherever you place it, you make sure it's secure. And what else you can do with that, right? You kind of protect confidential information. When I say confidential information, like let's say you're a public company and then there is some acquisition being planned, and these are some of the documents which can get leaked. Somebody hacks into your organization and then they hack the system, and then they get to know exactly the steps what you're doing. And then if these information could just bring the organization down, simply because the stock value could go down because they are acquiring some company, or the acquiring company's stock could go up significantly, right? I'm just throwing some example and telling why is it important. Um, of course, you want to make sure you want to prevent unauthorized access. You don't want anybody and everybody to access the system which they are not supposed to, right? Like a typical organization structure, if you look at, like you don't want a software engineer to go and access payroll information, right? So it's supposed to be confidential. It's about paychecks of somebody, and then you want to make sure you're protected within the organization also, not just outside the boundaries. Mitigate malware in cyber attacks. So I think there was touch point from Hari on cyber attacks also. So any of this ransomware attacks, I have a slide which covers some of the details, but you can't believe like the kind of losses an organization can make because of that. A malware could just bring down the productivity of an individual also. A simple malware which just keeps bothering you, where you can't just work on your machine, right? That should be good enough to get some ransomware from an individual also. The least of attacks, what I'm talking. Of course, you want to make sure your system is available and reliable all the time. So think of, let's say, think of an OTT platform. You're sitting and watching a Netflix series, and then somebody does an attack on the on the Netflix network, and then you see a big lag. All they're doing is injecting packet slowness, and then end of the day, the experience from end user will be like lack of the data flow onto your TV, right? So that could be as simple as what a general public can see through. And lastly, I think you also want to make sure there's always business connectivity, business continuity and risk management, right? So you don't want to pause for a while also. Like even if you bring down a portal like Flipkart and Amazon, so they make huge number of losses, right? So you want to make sure they're available all the time, they're reliable, and also make sure their business is continued all the time. So these are some of the points which I would like to highlight as part of a refresh on why do we need this network security, right? So let's dive into two different parts. So I work actually with a product called SD-WAN. So which is basically the product is about software-defined networking, right? So traditionally, if you look at very old method of network management was like, I'm talking really like 25, 30 years, how people used to manage. People used to use, so there's a pop-up. Okay. So yeah, people used to the number of devices, the switches and routers and whatnot, right? All of these multiple devices, people had to go to the device, configure. When I say go, not necessarily physically go, like they have to log in on each of the devices individually, configure it, push some policies with modifications, what they're looking for, validate this, the push is actually working, and then it's like successful, right? Like, but this is not necessarily audited. Like it's like individual, let's say MS, I'm shortly called as MS. So let's say I go to a device and make some modifications, and then probably this is actually bringing down the network productivity. So the configurations what I pushed is not monitored. So which simply means that it is not the right way of doing things, right? So it kind of evolved over the period of time where people have, thanks to the industry, where we started thinking about software-defined networking, right? Not necessarily only the hardware what we ship, actually the Cisco devices, but how does the device perform is purely based on the SDN, in short, what I'm calling it. So the first point, what I'm bringing in here is network segmentation, right? You want to be really dynamic. Let's say you're hosting a cloud, and in the cloud somebody signs up with you, and then they say, I want a virtual network where I want to be sure that it's a zero trust model, and it has to be highly available with 99.49s, and I'm ready to pay for it, right? So you want to segment your network on the fly. So that's one capability what I'm talking here. And to a bit, it's also centralized policy, right? Like you don't want to log into multiple devices and push your policies. So, but what you want to do is virtually you want to create something called a site. Let's assume like Chennai is one Cisco site, and then Bangalore is one, and then we have one in Pune. There are specific policies you want to enforce on each of these sites. So what you do is like you create some policy templates, and these templates you will define what exactly you want to enforce, and then you push on specific site. Like you don't want to enforce on all, but you want to enforce on, let's say, Bangalore site, Cisco office. So it can be easily done with the centralized policy and with a simple push. And moving on, and also what this centralized policy brings in is like it makes sure it simplifies the security management and ensures consistent enforcement, right? Like there's no manual error. You define template once, and it's ensured that it's pushed all over. So it's very consistent. Automated threat response, right? So this is a huge topic on its own. So what the benefits of doing SDN over the traditional networking is like you can easily integrate with threat intelligence platform, right? There are internal platforms what we have at Cisco, but we're also open where you can integrate with third-party vendors. Like, so one of the products, I don't know if you guys have heard about, it's called Thousand Eyes. So this is one of the threat intelligence platform which is very well integrated within SD-WAN, where you can perform anomaly detection and whatnot, right, within this platform. So why should you do this automating this threat response, right? Like, so what you can do on a specific incident, you can take quick actions. You can isolate the network as a mitigation plan, and then make sure like the network is safe for other users to work. You can simply bring down that device which is in question, and yeah, there will be some performance hit. Let's say you bring down one router and compared to a number of routers what you use, but you're making sure still the organization is not impacted and it's running smooth. Yeah, the last point is enhanced visibility and monitoring, right? Within SD-WAN, so what we also do is like all the devices under each site, any type of devices, these devices are configured to let know the product that I'm up and running, right? Not just saying I'm up and running as a device, but also the vital parameters, the system parameters, the CPU of the router, for instance, how it's performing, and then the memory utilization. So all of it are like a kind of statistics which gets pushed to the system, and this brings in a better visibility, and you can monitor the system better, right? Even if I mean one of the highest Indian customer is UBI, Union Bank of India. I think 10,000 devices is what they're running on the product, and even if some of the devices don't work, like think of an experience like you've gone to an ATM to withdraw cash, and the network there is not responsive. So the ATM machine itself is not usable for the end user, right? Because if network is not available, like you can't use a machine, which means like it turns out to be a bad experience for you. So these are some practical experiences, and what could the product SD-WAN can cater. There are multiple other competitive products also in the market, but as you know, like Cisco is like a leader in the networking specifically, and then the face of Cisco is changed also into a lot of software related products. And one such innovative product is SD-WAN, software-defined networking. Yeah. The part 2 of my presentation, I'm trying to talk about what are the other innovation happening on the machine learning. So I think machine learning has become a bit of a buzzword with multiple people, right? I think it used to be like that at least 3 or 4 years. Everybody wants to do anything on machine learning, and it's something which you can't ignore today, right? You can see ML in every segment where you're using it. Be it your recommendation engines on all these online shopping, what you do, and everywhere. I think it's very widely used. My 2 cents to you guys is like, don't ignore ML, though you think you're going into the path of network management and then more of a person who handle the network. But there is a lot of scope where you can work on really cutting edge possibilities, right? So let me, towards my right, if you see, there are 3 different pictures I've posted. So the first one, where we kind of applied, I'm just talking about some use cases in general, beyond what we have done in Cisco and within Cisco also. And and then we get to the actual meat of how we implemented machine learning actually in network security, right? So towards the right, if you see, it's a contact center business. So you contact center, typically you can think through let's say, let's say you have a banking account, right? Like you dial up Citibank and then you talk to somebody, right? That somebody is an agent who sits in the background and then tries to solve the problem. So if you look here, this is actually a customer query. Customer query can come through a chat bubble. It could come through an IVR. It could be even a text message, right? So all those customer queries towards left, what you see, it goes to the contact center. And traditionally, what they used to do is they used to write a rule. Rule is like, let's say you have contact center with customer care agents, like 100 customer agents, and keep routing one after the other. Like if you have 200 people dialing in, first 100 will be served, and based on the queue, the next 100 is served, right? So this is very, very traditional way of doing things. And so what we also thought through was like, this is not really something which works for everybody. So within Cisco, we have a product called Spark Care. So within this, what we thought is like, there are different intents within the organization, right? Somebody like Amex, American Express, their intent is not necessarily you solve the problem and then go to the next one as soon as possible, but actually maintain some relationship, right? When you say maintain relationship, if you have dialed in the Amex customer care, they will say, hey, how are you? I think the weather is pretty bad. It's raining all over Bangalore. I had a bad day. Something they'll talk, and then they will expect you to express something, and they kind of record this information, right? Like next time when you dial in American Express, they will get to the similar context and then talk to you saying that like, hey, look, I think Bangalore is getting better now and traffic is less and whatnot, right? Similarly, I mean, same experience like talking in Chennai and all over. So there is an intent. The intent is serve the customer and make his experience better in terms of what you cater end of the day, and solve this problem. Of course, if I'm coming with a problem of ATM machine not working, and you talk to me all about Bangalore weather and things like that, and if you don't solve my problem, of course my rating is bad, and then I might move away from MX to somebody else. But Citibank, if you look at, right, their intent is like, they'll say, how can I help you? Straight, come to the point. And then they will make sure your problem is sorted out, and then anything else to help, and they close it out. So you can clearly see between Amex and Citibank, there are 2 different distinct intent, right? So what we did was machine learning based routing. Instead of routing like round robin, agent 1 to customer 1, agent 2 to customer 2, like that. Instead of that, based on the intent, what customer defines, the right agent will be picked up. So not necessarily the best of best agent is actually used on multiple customers. Complex problems, we will use the best of best agent in the organization compared to a very simple problem like, hey, like I think my pin got reset. I mean, I'm not able to use my pin. Can you reset? So these kind of small requirements, I think you can use any agents, right? So this segregation is what we did, I think, in the year 2017. We also got a patent on this work, what we did on this work, right? So that is a kind of innovation what we look at in Cisco, like not really a regular work where you do things, right? Like make it exclusive for customers that they will feel that what is a compilation offer, what this product offers to us, right? That's one example. Second one, if you look at, right, you can see it's a word cloud. So the whole thing, what you see is conversation, pattern, strategies, core. There are multiple words. You can see it highlighted. There are small words also in that. So this is so we also did. This is again an innovation. What I'm talking about is on machine learning based on sentiment based analysis, right? So whenever you see take an example of online portal, e-commerce portal, where you do buy and then there is a lot of comment section people enter, and then all these comments based on people's emotion, we kind of create a word cloud where what are the actually big positives and negatives, right? A different word cloud we can create. I think this was some kind of play around I was doing in actually, I think again in 8 years back. This was also used in the state elections to find out, it was used by Congress to find out what is the different emotions people are carrying, right? So this is another thing what I want to highlight as sentiment analysis as a outcome of this. A third picture you see, like the third one you see, it's a coffee bean. If you understand the business of coffee bean, I think there's a huge number of labors which they use, right? Like people have to go and pluck a bean based on exact color and when you want to harvest it. So you see in this diagram, I mean in this picture, there are some which are dark brown and then there are some which is in light green and all, right? So, and the below right here, so this is more of harvestable beans, and this here you see it's just turning light reddish. So one of the innovations what's also done in Europe was there was actually a drone which was used where you can go around the coffee estate on a given path. So you can draw the path, right? Like you can use maps and go in a direction you want. And based on the path it's been drawn, drone goes and clicks multiple images, high definition images. And all these images are processed. Each image is tagged on the location where it was clicked. And post processing, you will know exactly which are the beans which are like ready to be harvested, and there will be labor who go actually and start plucking it. So this was a huge innovation in terms of returns. Also, if you notice, like you can imagine the kind of number of people who were used before, and there was labor challenges and whatnot, right? And this is also a place where I can say where innovation was used for using ML. I think I can go on one more example with the interest of time. I think maybe we have another 13 minutes. Maybe I'll give one more quick example because this is something which can resonate to your place, Tamil Nadu. I think if you remember tsunami, right? During tsunami, eBay as an organization. eBay is a place where you can go sell your products and then you can make money. Whoever buys, and then there is a percentage of share goes to eBay as an platform where you can go display your products, right? So there is always a rating. I mean, it was implemented again using ML, and customer care is outsourced in eBay, right? Every time you dial up eBay and talk to customer care, there is some money eBay loses. So during tsunami, what happened was like there was always this recommendation of how many, or actually the portal calculates and tells you how quickly you can get the product, right? Based on your location, it will say like it will predict and tell you like you will get the product in next 2 days before 9 o'clock in the night, right? This was a prediction what was done, and this was all coming from data. As you know, like you cannot do ML without data. And once they built a model, they were predicting the days, and then they started continuing to operate. During tsunami, like everything was like kind of stopped, no vehicle movement. It was very chaotic. It was a really tough time, especially even in Tamil Nadu. And people who are ordering things away from Tamil Nadu were calling up eBay and asking for product delivery. 2-day product was actually delivered after 15 days or so because of logistics issues. So one of the problems what they had was like the model, once you build a machine learning model, it has to keep learning. You have to keep creating data and you have to keep pushing, and that learning curve has to happen with the model to get a better efficiency. This was a learning they had. There was a huge revenue loss they had, and then I mean, as the industry moved forward in terms of ML field, even this got better and they were also benefited, right? So some of the use cases, I think I took some time to cover use cases, because you might be thinking, where will ML be used? How is it used? Is it for the sake of technology, or is it like getting a bigger insights and benefits to our organization, right? Ultimately, all this technology, whatever we use, it should kind of serve beneficial for the organization. So nobody is running so at least in the software industry, they're not running a charity institute, right? I mean, there should be a business aspect tied up with it, right? Let's switch back to security world, right? I would like to go a little on machine learning, right? Especially in security, there is something called zero-day protection. Within the zero-day protection, I have multiple sessions, 2 more slides to cover on that. I'll talk more on that. So it's basically you have a malware released in the internet. You meaning like the guys who are creating the malwares. You want to make sure if it hits your system, you want to make sure you catch it and then not letting it to expand within your network, right? So that is actually called zero-day protection. I'll give you some statistics on data on how malwares are written, how much is it, and things like that. And also the predictive analysis, right? Threat intelligence and predictive analysis will help you in terms of forecasting what kind of threat you are getting from a specific user and what kind of anomaly it is, and like how can you defend that, right? That is another field which is like even in Cisco, we have a large team who works on this. And automated incident response is also more like, okay, if there is an incident like that, how can I mitigate it? How can I take actions without human interventions, right? So that is more towards that. So let me throw up all these were serious discussion. Let me throw up a Dilbert, who is actually working as an ML consultant, right? Towards the picture here, if you see, he's actually not in a good mood where a robo is actually coming to him, which he's built it because he's an ML consultant. It says like, look, I think you need pills to get your mood all right. But at the same time, you need 3-day pills. So I will recommend you a printer, right? And do you think robots will really program humans? But if you look at it, right, we think, no, it cannot. Like we build machine learning and how can manipulate me? So Dilbert had an option of only buying a pill because he didn't have a printer where he has to take the prescription to the doctor. The printer also he buys, and this is how sometimes recommendation engine can go wrong, right? So at a nutshell, if you look at what are the different tasks or activities you have for doing in machine learning at a very, very 30,000 feet high. Assume that you're building a robo driving learning platform, right? Like where you want to self-driven cars is what I mean to say here. So you already know that there are Tesla-based car where the car drives on its own, it manages, it applies brake and all that on its own. So all this, if you want to do, you have to be very precise on three different things. One is the task, and the other one is performance on which you want to measure, and the third one is training experience, right? Like if you want to really have this car driving on a lane which is like marked and things like that, the data has to be given appropriately for the model to be trained. So that's what I said. Like if you take a step back and look at a very high level feed, this is how you kind of address the problem. And with the three important aspects, I'll repeat again, it's a task, it's a performance measurement, and the experience in terms of what is the outcome expected. So some threat landscape I would like to talk. So we might be thinking like, hey, what's happening? I mean, what is it? I told like 0-day malware detection is one topic. I'll go a little deeper. So if you look at every day, we kind of have 5 million malware in the internet, right? 5 million new malwares, right? Of which like, so when I say 5 million, not necessarily everything is a fresh malware program written, variations of that. Like if I write a program malware, I can make a variation of 10 different variation in just with some small changes and branches and things like that. So uniquely, if you have to look at the programs in the market, it's like close to 1 million is what is predicted. Every 4 minutes once you see at least 4 companies being attacked on ransomware, which is quite shocking. You could think like, in spite of we being so proactive in terms of managing the security, how is somebody able to tweak through the network and do a ransomware and make money, right? Some facts like some of the biggest ransomware, if you kind of read through on the internet, is WannaCry, right? You can't believe that. I mean, this was written using Microsoft Visual C++ and SMB protocol was used, and the kind of loss, net loss was made by organization was 4 billion. Right? There are multiple like Tesla. There are many such ransomware which has happened, and it's continuing to happen. So it is very important for us to guard and make sure we protect our resources and network, right? 17 million brand new malware every day, right? So these are some threat landscape I would like to get to your attention. Let me take you on this 0-day protection, what I was talking, right? So typically what happens is within organizations like within security operations team, we will have a lab where people look at MD5 files of each of these files, and then individual resources engineers, and what they do is like they kind of do a reverse engineering of it, and they'll arrive at a pattern to see if this is really malware or malicious or not, right? So this is an activity which is done by every security companies, right? But this doesn't scale. That's because of the previous slide where I was showing like 5 million malwares a day, where you don't find so many engineers working on so many malwares, right? So, so what we were thinking of, one of the innovation was like, can we solve this using machine learning? Can we implement something to make sure we kind of protect from day 0 of the systems, right? So with that, what I'm showing you is one of the graphs here. So basically, at a very high level, again, there are 2 different ways of machine learning techniques. Right? One is supervised and the other one is unsupervised. So we started off with this K-means clustering is based on unsupervised, meaning nobody has to supervise. Given an MD5, it will find out whether it's a malicious file or not. Think of a situation like this. Let's say you are using a laptop, you downloaded something on the internet, and you need a system to tell you whether it's safe or not. The system is the malware what you're running, the security product what you're running on your system, it has to let you know. So the moment I'll take you through the cycle and then come to this part of clustering way of handling things. So when you download, there is an MD5 associated with the file, which is supposed to be unique for that specific file, right? So we look up on the cloud and then ask, hey, look, is this malicious or not? So with the MD5, what we have, we also have in the lab, what we do is we download all possible MD5s. We'll see if there is a match for this file. If not, then what we do is like, we don't know about it, right? So basically we respond back saying, I don't know about this file. After that, like we let so it's up to the user to decide whether he want to allow this particular tool to be run or not, right? Software to be run. He will continue to run it, install it, and then he starts using it. So if you notice, there is a behavior which each of these tools exhibit, right? Behaviors you can consider something like writing it to a file. Maybe if it is on Windows system, so it goes to system 32 and does some writing. Regex, it does some writing there. Maybe there is a data which collects your personal data from your documents folder and it sends it out to the cloud. So these are nothing but the behavior from the tool. So all this behavior, what we do is like we kind of make it as 2-gram or 2-hashing technique we use. Each behavior, we have a number associated to that. And we kind of do this 2-gram I told, and ultimately you get something called the feature vector, right? Feature vector is nothing but it's all the features what a product is behaving or a tool is displaying, right? With this feature vector and the MD5 of the file, then this behavior is actually pushed to the cloud. And then we get this feature vector, and with the feature vector, what we have, we kind of try to match this feature vector with any of this. So imagine these are a behavior exhibited by some tool. This is another behavior exhibited by some tool. So it's a very high n dimensional vector space, right? Think of like it's all scattered like this. So once it's all scattered like this, you actually pick a leader in each of this vector, right? Like within this group, you pick a leader. Let's say, sorry, you pick a leader who's this. So let's assume this arrow is a leader here, and this is another leader, and this is another leader, and this is another leader, right? So you make this as a one of the cluster, and so we use Malure. Malure is another algorithm where you can decide a cluster as a bad or good. So they can always be 3 types of clustering, right? A cluster which you say it's bad. So any other tools in the industry, somebody downloads, and if it falls in this cluster, you can always make it as part of this bad cluster or dirty, right? Dirty means it's a malware. The other one is like clean. So suppose this is like not doing anything malicious, but it's a clean cluster. This can be a clean cluster. And this could be unknown. I'm just throwing 3 different types of examples here. So just to repeat, this is dirty, this is clean, this is unknown. Basically, I don't know what is the cluster is about. So if somebody asks the cloud saying like, hey, look, can you tell me, is this MD5 bad? So if there is already an MD5 in this cluster, we say, yeah, it's bad. Don't even download, delete it. So, but if we don't know about it, right, we simply we respond back saying like, I don't know, because let's say that cluster, it falls under MD5 falls under this category, and then we don't even know about this behavior. We say we don't know. Then basically the tool again, it exhibits its behavior. Then we calculate all the feature vectors, and then that feature vector, now we try to match. Again, while matching, you can't go, you can imagine there will be n number of malwares, right? So you don't want to go match each items in a cluster. So we pick one person called leader. This is a arrow I was trying to point, right? So this will be a leader which we pick it up, and then we try to match an outside MD5 with this leader. And if there's a match, then we categorize this new feature vector into this, and then say, hey, look, I think this is a clean file, and then you can go ahead and do what you want, right? So, so this technique, what we used, so there is a lot of challenges here, right? Like if you go categorize, let's say somebody is downloading Microsoft some product and it's not really malicious, and then if you say it's malicious and if you delete it, there is legal implications, right? So the actions in terms of who should delete will leave it to the user, but we will say whether it's malicious or not. So we started with this unsupervised learning, but I think we went on expanding to support vector machine, and we also started doing in something called an ensemble. Ensemble is like you have multiple models which work on different techniques. Each model will say for a given MD5 saying it's clean or not. Based on number of models responding to you, you take an average and say whether it's clean or not, right? So that way, number of false positive what you see will be very, very less. And so that's how we kind of enhance the product. And I think today, I think what we see as in terms of request response cycle is like 1 billion requests per day. Basically because everybody who uses laptop, if you've installed malware software, it'll detect, it'll figure out your tool behavior and it'll send it across, right? So that's a scale at which we operated. Excuse me. And so this is one really cutting edge machine learning work what we did, apart from the previous use case, the first use case, what I spoke about, the agent and customer association, right? So keep your eyes open. I would say, like, this is my last slide. I know we ran out of 5 minutes late. I hope it was okay. I think don't ignore, be hungry to learn, not necessarily, don't get biased of saying, hey, I think I'm managing this network, so why should I look at machine learning or any other technology, right? I mean, keep yourself hungry, open, try to find what use cases it can solve, real use cases, and see whichever organization you're working on, how can I use this to solve a real problem, and then move forward. I think that's how I think in the previous slide, we implemented it and we also did some patents around it because nobody else had done in the industry like that. So with that, I think I would say thanks for listening to me, and I'll hand over it to Anurag.
Thank you, Manikantan, and thank you, Hari, for taking your time and giving knowledge to our students. Thank you all for attending this session. Thank you, Anurag sir. Students, thank you so much for attending this session. All the best for your exams. Well, thank you all.